Welcome. In front of me I have the Polar Grit X2, and I'll be going over unboxing along with a quick look at the watch and its specifications, also just the build quality, give you my general opinions about it. So let's get to it. So I probably should actually start off by mentioning that I am not sponsored by literally anyone, so I can say whatever I want, though I'm probably going to be a little bit more lenient with the watches, considering this is not really what I do usually. So anyway, bear with me. And we can start off by talking about this one. So this one is the Night Black version, because just black wasn't in the name. Okay. Let's pop it open. Now it says that the size wise it's S to L. Go figure out which one it is, I guess. Between S and L there is a bit of a gap, but okay. Packaging wise, it feels pretty cheap and crappy, but anyway, it's just a box, so it doesn't really matter that much. Now in here we get some instruction and whatever the hell that is. Just another instruction, cool. And then the watch itself. So there we go, that came off. Actually, let me just fix up the exposure a little bit. There we go. And that's everything in the box. Cool. So we get our magnetic charger to Type-C. That is actually pretty nice, so you can literally plug it into your phone and charge it from your device. So it's pretty damn good. And we got a shorter wrist strap, if the one that is included is a little bit on a longer side, and this one, like, holy shit, that is a long one. So you can swap it out, and you can do it pretty easily, as it does have these quick release latches right here, so I can just probably do it in like less than 10 seconds. See. Oh, I missed it. Come on. There we go. I think it took a little bit over 10 seconds, but there we go. And now it's shorter. Now let's peel that off. Get rid of this crap. And boot it up. Okay, the button presses are not the best. They don't feel very tactile. A little bit on a, I'd say closer to a mushy side, so not the best. For some reason we have a Netflix logo right here. Now I know what it is, but I'm just kind of memeing because the fact that they use red for north just makes it literally look like Netflix logo. Just try to get it visible. There we go. That's a little bit better. Now anyway, display wise, let's just quickly take a look. We are looking at an AMOLED display, 1.28 size, 416 by 416 pixels, and well, that's about all the things that there is for the display. Obviously it's a smartwatch that isn't smart enough to work without the device, as literally every, I think, other one is, right? Pen. Can I like not use one? Set a pen. Oh, there we go. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. No, I don't want it. Yes. Cool. Oh, on the watch. Let's do 12 hours. I'm not going to bother changing it. Also not going to bother changing that. Come on. I'm kind of curious, can I press this to confirm it? Oh yeah, I can. Cool. So I can use the buttons instead. Though I'm not sure if using buttons here is such a great idea, considering they're not the best. Oh my goodness, there is so much settings here. There we go. Okay, so I do want to take it back. It is smart enough to not require a phone to be set up. Thank you. Someone has figured out this, that you can do it. Wow. So in any case, in terms of the UI for this watch, it's nothing really like special, I would say. But the watch itself has some nice features like GPS tracking, some navigation right here. And no, I am in a basement. Searching location. Whatever. How do I close this? Which mushy button closes this crap? Hello? Okay, there we go. So anyway, let's continue on. Where's the... There we go, there's the main page. So the watch itself has about 62 grams in weight. The size is 44 millimeters, basically. So it's what I would consider basically a traditional size, though this one probably will be obviously more catering towards men, as if you have a petite little wrist like I do. Well, then this looks a little bit out of place for my wrist. So I typically daily drive a 40 millimeter watch. This is the Samsung one, and this just seems more my speed. This one is a little bit bigger. It actually doesn't look that out of place even here, but it is the bigger size. So 44 millimeters, almost 45, and a thickness of 12.5 millimeters. So again, pretty normal. It comes with a 32 gigabytes of built-in storage and a measly 37 megabytes of RAM. So 32 gigs of storage and 37 megabytes of RAM. That is a big discrepancy between these two. And the speed of the processor is not even mentioned what processor it has, but it just mentions that it's a 275 megahertz processor. Well, that's great. Now, in terms of the build quality right here, we have, I think, this thing on the front right here is just metal. We do have sapphire glass. Now, that is pretty good. This is going to be one of the, I would say, more standout features of this watch, as sapphire glass is absolutely ridiculously strong. This Samsung S7 that I have right here also has sapphire glass, and I have scuffed the metal on it, as you can see right here, and I have brushed this screen over things like concrete walls and other things, which this watch has no business being still pristine, as in, well, the glass. Obviously the metal got scratched, and yeah, this is all due to the sapphire glass. It's ridiculously strong glass. And we have one right here, which means that in terms of outdoorsy kind of maybe fear of scratching it on something, the display, generally, I don't even think you need to protect it. This watch, I've been wearing it for over a year now, and yeah, I haven't protected it since I got it, and it's basically as pristine as it ever was. And I am not careful about it. I will brush over things, walls and things with my arms, hit even the display onto things by mistake, and nothing ever happened to this. So that is actually a really good thing about having a sapphire glass right here. Now, rest of the body right here is plastic, unfortunately. So the bottom right here all around, that's plastic, along with the kind of portion of the frame is plastic. So it's a little bit on the crappier side. It's kind of going from ultra kind of premium sapphire to plastic at the back. And the frame right here on the top is, like I mentioned, metal, to be precise, stainless steel. Now we have things like GPS right here, GLONASS, Galileo, Duke. Okay, I have no clue what that is. Let's see what else. Oh, we have dual band GPS right here as well, so it will get you higher accuracy. We have Bluetooth, and operational temperatures of this watch are anywhere from 22 Celsius to up to 50 Celsius. Now, just for reference, let's actually do a little conversion. That is -4 Fahrenheit. So -20 Celsius is about -4 Fahrenheit, and let's see, 50 is 122 Fahrenheit. So that's the operational range right here, supposedly. We have also rating for waterproofing, which is WR50. That's the first time I'm encountering this kind of metric. Let's see, can I find it quickly? I presume that the WR is just shortened for water resistance, and 50, yep, okay, 50 is basically up to 50 meters submergible for swimming. So that's about it in terms of the resistance right here. So honestly, they could have just used the pressure of what was it, I can't remember. Other devices do use this more kind of reasonable metric, which is basically the pressure of the water, which is, that would have been like what is it, I don't think it was PSI, but something along those lines. And probably would have helped if I actually remembered it right now, but I can't. But it's basically just divided by 10, and that would have been whatever 5, and that's more kind of standard. See anything else here interesting for this price? EKG, blood oxygenation, temperature. Wow, it actually has a temperature for your skin. Okay, cool. So your heart rate sensor, altitude, we have a compass built into here, a magnetic one, accelerometer, and a gyroscope. Now, the reason I'm kind of going slow about this, reading these specifications, is because it's in Polish, so I'm just kind of translating it as I go. Anyway, moving on, the battery size right here is actually on a good side. So this is about 310 milliampere battery, lithium polymer, and in performance mode, you're gonna get about 30 hours of battery life. Battery life. That's what I meant to say. Now you have also a eco training mode, which gets you 90 hours, and then a smartwatch mode, which gets you up to 7 days. So that's the watch. Now, one last thing that I do want to mention is the price for this, as this is not necessarily the like a cheap watch by all means, as it comes at over about like 500 euros. So it's about like what, $700, something along those lines. So it is a relatively expensive watch, and I mean, it does have tech built into it that makes it a bit worth it, especially if you're the outdoorsy type, as it does have the dual band GPS, and it has other things like the compass and sensors for training. So it's generally a good device that will last you a decent amount of time for just general like kind of outdoorsy active lifestyle. And just to compare it to something else, for instance, like I have right here, the Samsung one, this can be also used for training purposes and outdoorsy. This also has dual band GPS and all that stuff, but it's lacking some of the features. And one of the biggest thing that it lacks is a battery life. This thing I will need to charge on just this kind of, just showing clock and just having, notifications and all that stuff. I charge this basically on a daily basis, though I could get up to like 2 days of battery life. Though the second day I'm kind of like, at the end of the day, I'll be running on fumes. So it can get up to 2 days of battery life. And I do have things like the always on display turned off and all that stuff, so I don't waste battery. This with supposedly the same kind of mode, meaning smartwatch, so it gives you, notifications from your phone and stuff like that, gets you 7 days. if I decided to do exercises with this watch, I'm gonna drain this battery in mere hours. So that is just like tracking exercises, like, you know, if you're doing some kind of bench presses and other things along those lines, that is going to drain your battery heavily. And if I never done this with mine, but I presume if I decided to go for a run and turn on the dual band GPS so I track the route that I'm running, so it also tracks speed and other things, I'm pretty sure that this watch wouldn't last long. While here you're getting at worst, like what is it, 30 hours of battery life? So this is pretty damn good. Now, one last thing that I do want to mention, which I don't really have tools or anything like that to check it, would be the accuracy of the sensors of the watches. They should never really be taken in as a, you know, medical grade kind of metrics. So if it tells you that, you know, your heart rate is elevated and you should go check it, I mean, you probably should, but it's also very, very possible that the watch is just kind of miscounting it, as that's usually, you know, the watches, what they can do is it's relatively inaccurate. So something to keep in mind. And in general, from like, I don't know, some time ago when I saw this, the most accurate sensors on watches that I've seen from someone that actually did the test. I do recommend checking it out, as there was one mad lad that just went through basically every smartwatch that he possibly could get his hands on, and did the metrics for them while also tracking it with the medical grade hardware to see how accurate it is. And from that, turns out that if you're looking for something that is accurate, Huawei is the best one out there. I don't know where things like Polar ended up there, so you know, we can. That's why I recommend checking it out. But if you're not looking for just very precise metrics and just rough estimate, let's call it this way, which is basically what you get with most watches, it should be good. And dual band GPS should also be running pretty well. It might not be super accurate, but it's going to be basically up to like probably a couple meters away, with occasional possible just wonkiness. Anyway, that's about it for the first look of this device. So anyway, if you found this long-winded talk helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.